Alright, boys and girls, we're going to talk about week 1 and 2 of the PTS and what we have learnt. So we're going to go over some set stuff, mythic stuff, basically everything that we've learnt and tested over the last week. And then finally, we're going to get into some stuff that ZeniMax won't be happy to hear, and I'm sure they will not be impressed. Alright, let's get into it, boys and girls. First up is sea-serpents. Now, sea-serpents is pretty much by far the craziest damage mythic we've ever seen from ZeniMax, and it has some caveats or some things that we weren't really aware of initially. So, first off, we thought that Redguard and Warden snare reduction may actually decrease the snare on this, and we kind of got a bit excited, but unfortunately it doesn't. So that's a big bummer for Redguard, because Redguard could have actually had some relevance. But unfortunately, Redguard is still going to be shit. Second thing is block with sea-serpents. So at the moment while you're blocking, sea-serpent's snare is not applying. So you can actually move faster while in block than you can outside of block, pretty much with sword and board, because you get the reduction on movement speed, penalty and stuff with sword and board. Interesting stuff. If this goes live or if it's a bug and it's going to get fixed, we don't know. It could be a bug and ZeniMax doesn't fix it. We'll just have to wait and see. But if it does go live, it will be pretty handy. Alright, next up is Dov-Rha, and I butchered the name more than likely. Hey, just tell me in chat or in the comment section how shit I am at pronouncing words. It's like, Johnny, you got one fucking job, and that is to say words. I know, okay? I know, chat, alright? Leave me alone. Alright, so Dov-Rha, that's the sprint set. What the tooltip doesn't tell you is, one, there is a 4-second buffer, so as you're building the stacks up, you can actually drop sprint for 4 seconds, cast your skills, cast your buffs, whatever you may want to do, and then reapply sprint and continue to build those stacks up. Once you get to 20 and you drop sprint, it will activate the set. So you don't get that 4-second buffer once you hit 20, but something else to keep in mind, you can continue to sprint even after you get in the 20 stacks, basically indefinitely, and have all the resistances the whole time, and then when you finally come out of sprint, it will proc the set. Second thing to know with this set is it is capped to 6 people, which is kind of shit for some stuff that I had planned with this. So if you run into a Zerg and proc this, it's only going to stun on 6 people. That being said, I haven't tested it in PvP. This was just against mobs, but I'm presuming it will function the same way in PvP. We'll have to wait till we go live to see that. Getting that kind of testing on the PTS is just really hard. If you haven't subbed to the channel or gave this video a like yet, that'd be muchly appreciated. And if you don't want to miss out, we're going to be doing some in-depth testing between these two mythics, because I know the 1-bar mythic has taken all the limelight over the last week. But once that all settles down, one of these mythics is going to be meta, if not both of them. So we're going to try and do some in-depth testing. Something that I do want to work out is also with the damage reduction with the damage mythic. Is that giving you 40% damage reduction to all the damage that you take in, say, that 1 second? Or is it, if you get hit by 3 things at the same time, is it giving it all damage reduction to all of those things? Or is it strictly just the first thing that hits you at full health, you get 40% reduction? That's going to be hard to test and require a lot of time, so a sub would be muchly appreciated. Next up is Lefthanders. Now, my position on this mythic hasn't really changed at all. I think it's still going to be purposely a troll mythic. Don't get me wrong, it has benefits, like, you know, meat bags, siege, that kind of stuff. Just AoEs in general can be pretty nasty, so getting mitigation against them could be very handy. Where this mythic kind of falls apart, and I think will be relegated to meme builds, is there's just better mythics. That's as simple as it is, and unfortunately, this comes down to a lot of other mythics in the game now. There's just better mythics. That's what kind of breaks down with Lefthanders. But in regards to troll builds, we did do some testing on how low you could get dodge roll cost. Now, we only did a bit of messing around, so it wouldn't surprise me if you could get this even lower, but we got it down to 380 dodge roll cost. And it would have been lower if survival instincts was working. So quick note, if you guys do have the PTS, I would muchly appreciate it if you could go in and report that combat survival instincts isn't working, because that's pretty big. That's a survival sustained monster. Most people are running it on the live server, and to be honest, if you're not running it on the live server, you really should, because it's one of the best CPs. So yeah, we got the dodge roll cost down to 380 and could just dodge roll for fucking days. It was crazy. So, you know, there's the potential there to just, you know, dodge roll 20 times in a row in someone's face, and there's literally nothing they can do about it. So yeah, that was pretty interesting anyway, to say the least. Alright, boys and girls, let's get into what ZeniMax really doesn't want to hear. So, if you guys seen the last ESO live, they basically spent the whole thing on the card game. And I was probably the only person within my group, and even my viewers in stream, that was willing to kind of give this a go and wasn't ready to write it off. Don't get me wrong, I think it's stupid that they spent time and effort on this when Cyrodiil is a mess and the game in a whole is a mess. But I was willing to, you know, give it a go. It's content, it's something to do that, you know, could break up Cyrodiil when it's laggy, you go play a card game here and there. You know, it could be something to do. So I was open-minded and willing to give it a go. And I have to say, Zoes Baby, their baby that they spent so goddamn long working on, they made sure it was super grounded in reality. Wow, it is boring. Like, holy fuck, it's boring. It actually blows my mind how boring it is. Literally, I prefer to play Uno. Like, actually, or Snap. I'd actually prefer to play those games. And just remember, they dedicated a whole ESO live to this. And it just feels very RNG based. It feels just not... Boring is the best word to explain this. I know it's not the best description, but maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I haven't unlocked the super fucking mechanics behind the game and there's some exhilarating freaking gameplay. It's visually boring. Like, there's just not a redeeming factor to this game at all. So, there, Zoes, your baby is a piling steam of shit. Actually, that's probably an insult to shit, actually. Yeah, no, that's... I take that back. I'm sorry, shit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for putting the card game in the same section as you. I do apologize, because you're useful. You empty our bowels. I retract that. Alright, but you get my point, guys. You get my point. It's fucking shit. Alright. Anyway, that's the video for today. There's a lot of things we didn't talk about. This video is already long enough. So let me know in the comment section if you guys have been doing some testing and found some cool stuff that we don't know about. Also, in my Discord, we can carry the conversation over there if you guys like. The link's in the description. And always feel free to stop by my Twitch channel and just tell me how sexy my beard is and tell me I'm a shit cunt and so on and so on. I'll have that linked in the description as well. Alright, boys and girls, as always, I love you lots. I'll catch you in the next one.